Hello, my beautiful sign of Gemini. I am Prairie Vintage. My name is Linda, and this is my channel. We're looking at the lunar month of November here for Gemini. So that means that each month I will be doing a zodiac reading with the new moon, not the calendar month. So this happens to be the new moon in November, and we're looking at the energy for the month ahead, the lunar month ahead for the sign of Gemini. So you can be Gemini sun, moon, rising, or just have heavy Gemini placements. If you resonate with the message was meant to find you. And we will be looking at your overall energy, what you don't see coming, opportunity, challenges, and then some guidance or advice from Spirit for this lunar month ahead for you. All right, so let us pull your tarot. We'll pull some oracle cards as well and get into your reading, beautiful Gemini. So Spirit, thank you so much for this message, for the greatest and highest good of the viewer here. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message. What is the overall energy here for Gemini? We have the Four of Cups. We have the Seven of Swords in the reverse position. We have the Knight of Swords. And what you don't see coming. We have the Devil. We have the Two of Swords. And we have the Two of Cups. All right. Your opportunity. And your opportunity, we have the World, the Seven of Cups, and the Hermit card in the reverse position. In your challenge, we have the Four of Swords in the reverse, the Three of Cups, and the Page of Pentacles in the reverse position. Let's pull your oracle now. We have patience. I accept that everything happens in divine order. And we'll also pull one of these. We have vinegar with the number 34. All right. Gemini. Just give me a quick minute to tap into your energy. So overall energy here for the lunar month, for this month here, we have kind of a little bit of a mixed energy. I feel like the beginning of the month, you might be feeling a little bit removed, a little bit despondent, a little bit just out of your element here, Gemini. Maybe you're disappointed with something here, but I feel like you quickly snap out of it. So I feel like there's something that happens, okay, that leaves you feeling almost like you wish things would have changed, or you wish things would have been different. So it takes you a bit to kind of wrap your mind around that. But I feel like you suddenly come to terms with the reality of a situation or the truth of something, and you confront it. So I feel like you embrace some sort of truth here of how this impacts you. And then I do feel that you confront this situation head on. So you could be confronting someone about something that disappointed you in some aspects. We'll get some clarifiers here to see. But yeah, I just feel like it doesn't leave you feeling all that great about the outcome or the results of something here. And I do feel like you've shown a lot of patience, and potentially this is why I do feel you kind of take matters into your own hands, or had enough. I feel you kind of snap about something or face some sort of truth. And I feel like you've delayed having to confront something, or having to do this, or you've put this off for some time. So I feel like what you don't see coming here is the fact that instead of confronting something, I feel like you're stuck in waiting to see what happens, or not doing kind of what you know is right, or saying or confronting something as soon as you can. And I feel like when you do confront whatever the situation is, because I do feel there's other people involved, I feel you restore balance. I feel you bring back balance here with someone else. And the situation evens out and you do find harmony here and cohesion. But I feel like the universe is kind of wanting you to step into an energy of confronting something rather than shying away or not speaking your mind. So I think you don't see yourself as someone who is going to act, someone who is going to confront the situation. But to your surprise, I think this is exactly what the situation calls for in order to restore balance. Your opportunity here with the World and the Seven of Cups and the Hermit in reverse, I feel like I'm getting an energy here that whatever sort of disappointments you had or whatever this energy was that you were in, I do feel like because you confronted it, kind of closes a chapter to that sort of energy around you, but it also opens up the door to now what? Like now there's so many different possibilities here. So I feel like you don't completely forget about what it was that had happened, even though I think you do find amends, or you guys do find a middle ground here. I think the fact that it's happened in a way that's disappointed you or left you feeling a little bit removed in some way has you really thinking. But I feel this is in your opportunity, because now the power is in your hands to really take a look at what you want and ask yourself whether you want to go down a certain path that you've been thinking that you wanted to go down, or if you want to take a whole new path instead or do something else completely. But I do feel like there is an ending here of a cycle that's been quite disappointing, and maybe at first it was okay, but I feel like it kind of morphed into something here that you're not very much liking in some way. So your challenge, I think your challenge is also the opportunity as well, because I do feel like after this sort of experience, it leaves you in a state of having to reflect and having to think about, is this situation as serious, I guess, as you had wanted it to be, because of the fact that something didn't quite go as well as you wanted? And even though you do tend to restore balance back to the situation, I feel like you're not really wanting to progress in the same way that you had wanted in this situation or circumstance. And like I said, I do feel there's another person, if not other people involved. I feel like you're no longer as sold, committed, dedicated, or taking it as seriously as you once did. So this could be a challenge to you, because I do feel there was quite a bit of investment you might have made here, or had your emotions tied to something here. But once you face some sort of truth about the situation and confront it and deal with it, it kind of spins into something else. So I feel like the biggest struggle here for the month is you having to act and confront something to change something sooner rather than later. And I feel like it's been already some time. So you might be going into this month already kind of in an energy here of something that you wish you would have confronted or dealt with that's been dragging on for some time. And then feeling a little disappointed because what you had thought you wanted something to be might have shifted in a way that you weren't quite expecting, and your emotions aren't quite invested in there so much. So let's take a look at some clarifiers here for you, Gemini. So your overall energy. Let us clarify these three cards for your overall energy. We have the Three of Pentacles, the Magician in reverse, and the Ace of Wands. Yeah, I feel like you're disappointed in a way, because I think what you wanted was to work with another or have someone show up here to create or build something, work together, come together. And I feel like whatever you had in mind doesn't manifest. It doesn't happen here. So I think you have to come to terms with this, but this also opens the door up to you to go and, like I said, confront this, and then it opens the door to different possibilities here that is not just you kind of waiting around or sitting around to see whether things will pan out in a way that have left you disappointed, and you're wanting to just take the matters in your own hands. Let's take a look at your challenge. We have the Devil, the Two of Swords, and the Two of Cups here. Both these cards speak of balance, so I do feel like there's definitely a need for finding balance in this situation. So we have the Chariot in reverse, Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and the Hermit. Yeah, it's like you feel really stuck because things are not progressing or moving. You feel almost like things are moving because of someone else's control. Like you don't have any control in the situation until I think you do the reflecting. I think you become very honest about your situation, and then I think you confront your situation here head on. And it might be a challenge because you might have to have a tough conversation with someone about what you expected and what you want. So once you do this, I do feel the energy does shift towards exactly what you want, rather than you being kind of in limbo or in someone else's mercy here at the pace of something, because I feel like you do want to create something. So let's take a look at your opportunity with the World, the Seven of Cups, and the Hermit in reverse. We have Justice in reverse, we have the Empress, and we have the Devil coming out again. Yeah, I feel like your opportunity is the fact that when you do get stuck in this situation and that you find yourself in a situation you don't like, because you feel it is unjust, you feel it is not going the way you want, and you've already maybe dedicated your time or your effort or your energy into something, and someone might have not have shown up in the way you wanted, or was stuck and didn't do what they said they were going to do in some way, or you just felt let down. So you confront it, and I think the opportunity is the fact that you get to confront something here. But I feel like you confront it in a very honest way, but also in a way that respects you, that allows you to step into your self-worth and understand that you have a lot more options than having to wait or be stuck waiting for someone or something to line up with you. So you address that sort of being at the mercy of someone else, which I felt up until now had you very stuck, had you not being able to move forward. And you might have felt like you were sort of at the mercy of this person or the situation having to take form rather than you taking action here. But I do feel you do manage to get through the situation in a very upstanding way that respects yourself, your boundaries, and you're compassionate about the situation at hand. I don't feel as though it gets out of hand. It brings balance back into the picture, although it does leave you with, like I said, now saying, now what? Because I didn't want to have to go about doing it this way, and I'm not even sure that I want to proceed based on the history of what's happened here. So let's look at your challenge. We have the Queen of Cups and the Judgment in reverse and the World in reverse. Interesting. So I feel like you have still a desire to accomplish something here. Like whatever it was you initially wanted in this situation that didn't pan out or left you feeling blah, you're no longer sold on that. And I feel like you still have the desire to have this creation or this, I feel like you're emotionally wanting to live out something that you have in your mind's eye. But I feel like this situation now becomes very challenging because of what has happened. So I think you have a difficult time just coming to terms with the fact that the truth of how you actually feel now that you've experienced what you did, and maybe having to wrap things up or say, you know what, the honest truth here is that I no longer want this to be the situation, the circumstance, this person, or this thing that I've been tied to here because it didn't work out, or even though I found balance and restored some understanding here. I no longer think this is the right opportunity for me. So you're kind of back to the drawing board, and that's, I think, very frustrating, because I think at one time you were sold on this being the thing, having a vision of this being the thing, but just being very, very let down here by someone's actions or something. So you do pull your energy back, and I feel like having to come to terms with this is the bulk of your energy, but I feel like you're the one really in control. You're the one really who is saying, you know what, I'm not really wanting to invest here in something that's has proven to me to be what it is, and I've had a difficult time accepting it being what it is here, and it's not something that I want to remain invested in the way that I have in the past. So I do feel like it's difficult to detach, but mostly you're detaching from the mindset that you had on this thing, or about this thing, or about this person. That is now, the truth is kind of coming, and I think it's the bitter truth, to be honest. But you're no longer in the clouds. I feel you're having to deal with something in an honest way, even though it does take you quite a bit to be honest about it. Okay, Gemini, so this is your reading. Don't forget to check out your other signs. I hope this resonated for you, and I'll see you soon. Bye.